This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
And that's what we'll do here on a Friday. Thank you for being here with us. It's Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby Carpenter. Cody Wells back in the studio. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin and Event Risk Elite Protection. But look, let's start it off this way. 42 is 42. Happy birthday, General.
Appreciate you, Thitoff. It was, I enjoyed that. We'll see how the day goes. It's a nice blustery day here for me today. Just nice and coldest day I think we've had since probably May.
Yep.
But feeling pretty good. I'm honestly pretty excited for this for my conditioning test. I would like a little bit of more adversity, but this will make it a lot easier. Beautiful backdrop behind us, and man, I had to put a shirt on today because a little long sleeve shirt because it was a little chilly out here.
You know, Bob, I was convinced yesterday that God loves us the most because Bishop and friends got rain out here. I had to slide over here to this side. It was
left
a monster.
Right,
yeah, me too. Exactly. I'm saying that he held off for us. So Mother Nature, God, whatever your belief is, I think they believe in us, and that's perfect. We got such a big show lined up for you today. Brian Hartline joins us at around 6:10. AJ Hawk 7:20. Ross Bjork 7:40. But we had the Reds, by the way, yesterday lost the Braves 12-11 in 10 innings. They'll play today at 12:40. Guardians and Twins play tonight at 7:10. The Super Bowl-bound Chargers now, because they're undefeated in the NFL so far this year, so clearly they're going to go to the Super Bowl. They beat the Lions 34-7. Did you watch any of the Hall of Fame game, Bob?
I didn't watch a minute of it. I went to what you've been championing the countdown and everything else, dude.
I know.
And you didn't watch any of it.
I didn't watch a single play.
I was exhausted. Going to that Reds game midweek got me.
Yeah.
Driving back and just getting everything else done. I went to bed at I fell asleep about 9 o'clock last night, 8:45. I wanted to make sure I was going to be ready to go. The longer I stay up, usually all I do is, grab a libation, glass of wine, bourbon, whatever it is, and watch some TV. Said, nope, I'm going to read. I put my rapid reboots on to squeeze the blood out of my legs, make sure I'm going to be ready to go, hot and ready off the shelf this morning, and take care of business. So my Oura Ring told me that was the best sleep I've got in a while, optimal and ready to go. So I'm feeling pretty good about life.
Okay, listen, that's the advantage. You're a former Buckeye athlete. What'd you say you did with your legs? You did the blood?
It's called rapid reboots.
Rapid reboot, okay.
There's Normatex. I have the rapid reboots. They're like giant balloons you put on that like squeeze the blood. They like they oscillate back and forth, and they're like 15, 20-minute intervals that slowly, it would be good for you. I mean, because you're pre-diabetes. I put my dad on my dad and my father-in-law, and they loved them.
Okay, is that something available to the general public? Or
you go buy them.
Okay, I didn't. I think that's the advantage of being Bobby Carpenter and being a former Buckeye athlete.
It was my Christmas present that off.
Okay,
my kids use them more than I do.
Okay, I think I saw your son using it one time. I was over there. You did see it hook up to something. Okay, it's beautiful, but it's an advantage. The fact you can say oscillate, which I can't. Nothing I do in my life, nothing I have at my house oscillates anything. I don't think. And then. The fact you had your best night's sleep because of your mood ring, but
my mood ring told me I had the best nights. And not a mood ring, an Oura ring.
Well, okay,
sure.
What's the difference between mood ring and Oura ring?
An Oura ring actually, it measures your. You might be good for you as someone in as failing health as you are to kind of measure that.
Okay, so a mood ring's different than an Oura ring?
I don't know what a mood ring is. What's his name?
I bought it at the fair.
Is what what's his name was wearing in My Girl when he got stung by all the bees and died.
Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen My Girl yet.
Culkin, 30 years ago.
Doesn't matter. Spoiler alert, we should have said that ahead of time. I apologize for Bobby doing that.
Look at this little lab. Look at the little database it has here, dude. You want to talk about your readiness? It's got your sleep score on it.
You're only an 82 on your readiness.
That's fine. That's way higher than normally. It's because I don't get much
like 107.
sleep. No, he's a 0. My HRV, highest it's ever been.
What's
lowest
an HRV?
Your heart rate variability.
Okay.
You want it high when you sleep.
Okay.
My resting heart rate 43 last night.
Okay.
I mean, I'm like a shark, dude. When I'm sleeping, it just slowly beats down. I'm going to live to like 1,000, unfortunately.
You've got all those things. I'll tell you now, what I did, I turned over towards the window because the windows were open last night. So that was my HRV, osteopathic, oscillated blood thing. But mood ring. But I'm telling you now, Bobby, last night, this is how you know you're getting old. I was very excited to sleep because I had the windows open.
Yeah.
That was it used to be, hey, did you have a fun night last night? Oh, yeah, I went out, I did this, I met this person, we hung out, drank all this stuff, whatever. Now, did you have a good night? Yeah. Went to bed around 8:30, the windows were open. It was awesome.
I love the windows being open when I sleep. That's it's tremendous.
It's a big deal. I'll borrow your ring tonight.
I had to keep them shut because my son Kellen had a bunch of friends over, and they're coming over to the practice, and they were loud playing basketball. So, unfortunately, I couldn't handle any more noise coming out of the outside.
All right.
Bouncing the basketball was enough, and them yelling.
Good morning, Bodie. Get ready to press the button because I can't do it. By the way, let's do this first. Heartline 610 today. AJ Hawk at 720. Ross Bjork at 740. This is one of the days, Bobby, I can just say, hey, morning juice, and then check out until it's time to leave. But let's get smarter. Bodie, tell us what today in history is going to be.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Oh, General, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try to do it as quickly as possible because I know we got Heartline coming up, and I want him to wait. Matty P had to wait on us yesterday. So this date, August 1st, the 213th day of the year, 152 remaining. 1876, Colorado is admitted as the 38th state in the Union. 1936, the Summer Olympics open in Berlin with Hitler overseeing and Jesse Owens setting records.
Take that.
1957, United States and Canada form the NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, helping defend us against missiles and stuff coming in the like. Thitoff. 1964, the Beatles, Hard Day's Night hits #1 for 2 weeks.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night.
Don't tell me it's your top 5.
It is, because I told you it was in my top 5 2 weeks ago when they recorded it. So that's one. You see, you think that it's different songs every time. Let It Be, Hard Day's Night. Those are definitely 2 that are in the top 5 for me. This is 1965. Dune is published for the first time by Frank Herbert. It said the best-selling sci-fi novel of all time in 2003. Now they're making the movies about it. This date, 1977. Giants' Willie McCovey hits an NL record 18th Grand Slam. And then 1 year later, 1978, he was on his Lou Gehrig's heels, but the Braves...
DiMaggio's heels.
Or not DiMaggio, sorry. Iron Horse was Lou Gehrig. On DiMaggio's heels. But the Braves ended Charlie Hustle's hitting streak with 44 games.
What a dramatic moment. Pete Rose has done it all. He's had him here screaming. His streak in danger. Now the 2-2. Swung on this. Rose's streak is broken. The Braves win. And Rose is getting another standing ovation. Rose strikes out. Garber strikes him out. And Atlanta puts on a great match. Pete Rose. His streak snapped at 44.
Larry McWilliams was a starting pitcher, like a young guy, and then Gene Garber came in and finished things off. They were the 2 who stopped Rose's.
What's amazing is, I respect him for this. He didn't leave the bat on his shoulder.
Nope.
He went down swinging, man.
Yep.
If you're gonna blow a 44-game hit streak, and you're right there, getting a chance to break on the heel. What's the all-time record? 56
by DiMaggio.
So that's about as close as you're getting. You start getting close to crossing 50. That's pretty impressive. Don't leave the bat on your shoulder. Give yourself a chance. This date, 1981. MTV begins broadcasting 44 years ago today. Their first song, Video Killed the Radio Star. Car. And what's amazing is streaming then killed MTV in the music video.
I believe that
it was a big deal. I used to be watching those after school, man. I'd go to friends.
I believe my family had cable when MTV started, I keep thinking in my mind, I've convinced myself that I watched it day one, but I can't remember now. But if you would have told me back then, 81, 82, 83, MTV will someday be dead, I would not have believed it.
Well, they just have reality TV now, is what it is. And what's interesting about it, my mom, that was one of the reasons we couldn't get cable, because she said women don't dress appropriately on MTV.
Have they seen? Okay.
And
now you've got fangirls.
Of course. Now you've got everything else you need under the sun.
Right.
I mean, I watched Game of Thrones with my parents, for heaven's sake. This date, 1982, Hank Aaron and Frank Robinson are both inducted in the Professional Baseball Hall of Fame. 1987, Mike Tyson wins the heavyweight boxing title of the world over Tony Tucker in 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the decision of the judges. We have a unanimous decision. Judge Phil Newman scores 119-111. Judge Julio Roldan scores 118-113. And Judge Bill Graham scores 116-112 for the winner by unanimous decision and undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
Youngest heavyweight champion of the world all time. This date, 1990, Alex Cole sets a record for 5 steals in a game with the Tribe. And then in 1993, Reggie Jackson is inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Some birthdays today. Feeling pretty good about this. The man that wrote the Star Spangled Banner, Francis Scott Key, born in this date, 1779. Herman Melville, born in 1819, the famed writer of old Cat Mayhem and Chasing Around Moby Dick. Jerry Garcia, born in this date, 1942, of the Grateful Dead.
Every silver lining's got a touch of gray. I will get by.
Only song I've ever liked by the Grateful Dead.
That's the only song I've ever really heard.
That's what I mean,
I bet if I listened to some other ones, I might get him. He passed away, unfortunately, 1995. Roy Williams turning 75, the 3-time national champ with the Tar Heels. Tim Bachman, born on this date, 1951, passed away 2 years ago from BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive.
You got
The best. The best. Mick played that all the time, maybe 3 or 4, maybe
Did he really?
5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, it made it in the catalog every day, and I loved it. The video is amazing. It's like a live video of them playing. Coolio turning 62 today. Edgar and James.
Wait.
Yeah.
Coolio's dead, isn't he?
Oh, that is correct.
Yeah.
Would be turning 62. Thank
Would
you
be.
for that.
Yes, you're right.
That was potentially would be 62 today.
Yes.
Good job on that. Thitoff. Edgar and James turning 47 today.
Stud.
One of my great achievements, making the Wikipedia birthdays, turning 42 today.
Did you tackle him ever?
And Edgar, you know what? Yeah, we played the Cardinals my rookie year, and he
Okay.
was there.
All right.
Madison Bumgarner, Mad Bum, 4-time World Series champ, World Series MVP in 2014, having his big 4-0 today, and then passing away in this day, 2001, former Buckeye and Minnesota Viking Corey Stringer, tragically passing, and in 2020, Wilford Brimley.
Hobbs, I'm sending you down, Hobbs. Class B ball. Tomorrow morning you go to the Great Lakes Association.
Okay, you make the rules?
That's right. That's right. And you ain't been playing by him. All these other guys play by him. Don't you remember signing a contract?
Yeah, I remember signing a contract to play ball, not to be put to sleep by some 2-bit carny hypnotist. I won't do that.
You're going down.
It
You
took
hear
me a long time to get here, Pop. I won't do it. I can't. I came here to play ball.
Hobbs, come back here! Batting practice tomorrow. Be there.
I have been. Every day.
What's that from, Thitoff?
Well, look, I know what it's from. Okay, it's from The Natural, but I'm
Okay.
telling you, the only movie I've ever seen with Wilford Brimley is The Firm.
You've never seen Cocoon?
No.
That's very unfortunate.
I know
Cocoon's
the
one of
premise of it.
Have you ever seen him in the Quaker Oats commercials?
Okay, I've seen commercials. Yes, that and the diabetes one.
Maybe
Yes,
Liberty Medical.
yes, of
Check
course.
your blood sugar and check it off.
Pop up on my feed all the time, Bob.
You ever ridden a horse?
No, I've never ridden a horse.
Okay, that's
wait, can I ride a
unfortunate.
horse?
Is
Let me
that a
think
question
about that.
or an answer?
No, I'm asking
question or a
myself. I'm
comment?
trying to think if I've ever. I don't think I've ever ridden a horse.
I don't know. That's very interesting.
Bad news for the horse, though, wouldn't it?
That would have been Wilford
Yeah.
Brimley, though, riding that horse, telling you Liberty Medical, I'll send your blood testing supplies right to your door. Check your blood sugar, Thitoff, and check it often. Some holidays and observances today on this date, August 1st. Oh, goodness, we got a lot of them. We've got Colorado Day. We've got Homemade Pie Day. Oh, goodness, National Girlfriends Day. How about that? National Water Balloon Day. Play Ball Day. Respect for your Parents Day. Gosh, it's amazing that lines up with my birthday.
So it's National Girlfriend's Day. I've got to get something.
Spider-Man Day. U.S. Air Force Day. World Lung Cancer Day. And World Wide Web Day. And those historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. August 1st, the 213th day of the year, and 152 days remaining in this 2025. So, pretty remarkable day right there. I mean, I tell my kids, what do you want for your birthday? Just for you to listen. Just one day.
That's what
One
you
day.
say now.
So my dad would tell me, that's all I want,
Bob.
just for you guys to do what you're told. Just for one day in a year. That's all I am asking. Clean up your damn rooms, do what you're told, and try to have some respect for each other. I want to tell you, do you need a bank that values local businesses in this town with the opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here locally in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and help you reach your goals, whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale. Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in and get to know them in person at 6300 France Road, Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I know, Bobby, when you played out here, the head on a swivel thing had a different. My head's on a swivel. I keep looking around for Heartline to see if it's. I want to make sure I shut up in time.
That's all right. So I wanted to get everything done,
that was
take
great.
care of
No,
it.
you did great.
Listen, I appreciate the praise.
Listen, you may be a lot older, but you still look like you're 41. Coming up next, and by the way,
one of the players asked if I was 40 yet. I felt pretty good about that.
did you really?
Yeah.
Did they do an eye test after that on the guy or not? Because what
Eye test?
Are
What
you
are you
trying to
doing?
make that? Are you trying to make a shot? Let's see if we got this here.
I
It's
got
on
it.
camera. Let's see if you can make it.
I ain't going to get all the way over there.
I don't think it's going to.
Ah, shoot. Drifted on me.
Good
I'll
thing
grab
you were a
it.
football
Thank you.
player.
I appreciate it, Fish.
Like Fish rebounds for you. Picks
Well.
it up for you. All right, coming up next, we'll get Brian Hartline
Dennis
out here.
Rodman over there with the rebounds.
A me-bound. There we go. Okay, coming up next, we got Brian Hartline out here. This is Morning Juice.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of Veteran County Veterans Service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit OutdoorStewards.org.
Lexi spent more than 6 years in foster care.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Lexi now has a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
Adoption changed me for the better. I feel like I can be whoever I want to be.
You can help find permanent homes for children still lingering in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Event Risk. What keeps you up at night? Visit EventRiskINC.com.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right, Bobby and Tito with you out here live at Ohio State. Bobby, I don't know if you're looking at us on YouTube or not, but boy, I tell you, this backdrop is amazing.
Epic, iconic even.
It really is, Bob. It really is. I'm telling. If you're listening out there, just make it your screensaver because we look great, first of all, but also the backdrop though is really awesome out here today.
Yes, it's sad. There used to be over there where the one tower is. There used to be a tree, and that's where I guess it would be as you're looking at the camera to my left side. There was this tree over there about midway. They cut it down, but that's where the linebackers. We used to stretch, and we would always in the afternoon get really close so we could stretch in the shade and under the tree. And Fick hated it when we got there, and he would yell at us.
For being in the shade?
Yeah, because no one else got it. But I'm like, hey, we were on the 50 on field 4, which is what it is. They count from the road over, so field 4, and that's where we went.
So, like, did you guys say, look, every other position group, we're here, it's us? Did you?
That's where. Hey,
you guys showed on it. And you said,
I showed up,
us.
and that's where we went, and that's where Matt Wilhelm. That's where everybody else went. So I just followed in line with everybody else. I was not trying to be an individual or be unique, just simply following the crowd.
Feels like the linebackers were bullies back then.
Wilhelm and some of those older guys, yeah, for sure.
Own it, Bob.
Simmons, C. Grant. I was not. I was a freshman, dude. I'm doing what I'm told.
Yesterday, things seemed to go well. They had to move inside after the rain hit, but then the only downside was Edric Houston getting hurt.
People have reported, I don't know, I'm trying to think who it was. I saw somewhere where they said it wasn't serious. I didn't feel the need to send out a text at that point. It was once I saw that happen, I figured I'd talk to some guys today. But so people were asking me about it. I left before that happened. It must have been near the very end.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unfortunate to see that. But that's that stuff happens. I mean, part of Ryan's goal is, you want guys, you want to get as good as you can be, but part of being as good as you can be when you leave camp is making sure you have everybody available. The most important ability, Bill Parcells would tell us, is availability.
Oh, trust me, that's how my whole radio career started, being available. That's the only thing. That's the only reason I have any value whatsoever to the fan. But, Bob, yeah, you're right. The thing that I saw, too, is it sounds like it's not a serious injury. Buckeye Frank, longtime listener of the program here, and Chatter Hall of Fame, sent me a video of it when it happened. And it looked, I think it looked bad when it happened. Couldn't put any weight on it, but let's hope that it is okay.
It's not long-term, which,
not
there might be a week or two, but probably not anything longer than that. And the good news is they have Adam Stewart, Dr. Stu, as their PT, who is the best.
Bob, I listened to Ryan Day did the media rounds yesterday. It was on obviously various platforms here on the Fan. Had a press conference, stuff, ESPN, whatever, all those things.
Oh, him and Reese were playing some tennis. I saw. I don't know when they shot that.
He and who?
Reese Davis.
They were playing tennis?
I went over to the tennis center and they were talking about.
I didn't see that part.
Oh, that was I think I retweeted it or on Instagram. I don't know where I saw it, but I was watching it yesterday. Just that's kind of Ryan's workout and / like mental clarity activity is you go over there and play tennis. Coach Todd and it goes back and forth. They battle and allows him to clear his mind. He's pretty good. I watched him serve.
He's pretty good at tennis.
Oh yeah, he about put one on Reese, so he couldn't even get out of the way. He's a good tennis player, so it was fun to watch.
See, you had to clarify that box when you said Reese. I thought maybe you meant Eric Reeser, and I thought that'd be a big deal if Reeser's over there playing tennis.
Reeser's not going to be that privileged to play.
He's not Reese Davis. Okay. By the way, all those interviews yesterday that I heard, not once did anybody else have a question for Ryan Day that involved the words Ric Flair. So I feel special in that I had a question, I had an idea that nobody else mentioned. It felt unique for me.
I guess. I mean, if that's what you're going to hang your hat on. I mean, him being by the way, Ric Flair. I think I'm gonna have like a power ranking system. You know what you should do, Thitoff?
What's that?
A survivor pool for professional wrestlers.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Scotty,
right.
you can put that down. I mean, it's more of a long-term future. So with the passing of Hogan
next
and some of these guys,
or next to longest one to live.
Longest. I mean, who gets the survivor pool right now? You know, it's a long play.
I don't know. Like, you have a certain age.
Literally, it's the survivor pool.
It really is.
I mean, it lives up to the name more than any other survivor pool you will have. Who will be the longest tenured professional wrestler on the earth? Ric Flair's getting into that category.
Ric Flair's
open heart surgery, everything else.
I'm going to tell you right now, among big-time wrestlers, Ric Flair's in the next 5 to go. Right?
There you go. Maybe that's the bet.
Next
Future.
5 to go.
I mean, you're not getting great odds on that because he's probably the oldest.
I know. It's like betting on Scheffler to win a major. It's the same kind of thing right there. I think that he might be.
Betting on Tiger Woods back in like 2001.
Right. Also close. No, just kidding. Superfly Snuka. I'm not sure if he's alive or not. And Tommy Wildfire Rich. Those ones I'd wonder if they're both still alive. I think Snuka's alive. I'm not sure on Tommy Wildfire Rich.
I don't even know who those people are.
You know who Jimmy Superfly Snuka is?
No, I don't. I didn't watch much professional wrestling when I was younger.
Oh, Bobby.
I know the big dogs. I mean, mostly from playing the video
Snuka's a big dog.
I don't know about that.
Dude,
it's up for debate.
Snuka was on Piper's Pit with,
Roddy Piper.
Yes.
Where's he? He's having tea with the Queen.
He's having tea with the Queen also. And now also Hulk Hogan's up there with him. So maybe, I'm not sure.
She needs a pretty big table for them.
She does. But on Piper's Pit one time,
Piper's Pit.
Piper was insulting Snuka because of his, and because I know this from talking to you in shows, that there's a difference between Polynesian and Hawaiian. I get all that now.
Well, Polynesian kind of encapsulates all of the greater Pacific. It's kind of like Asian encompassing Vietnamese, Chinese, like Korean. Like it's the greater. Like if you're North American, it's continental. Where yes, if you call like a Tongan Hawaiian, they're not going to be happy about that.
Okay.
All right. So like that's the play. Growing up in Ohio, I didn't realize that. Like a Samoan, a Tongan, Hawaii, all different. They do not like to be overlapped.
Okay. Then I guess apologies in advance because I thought that they were
like in Last of the Mohicans when they thought Magua was a Mohawk, but he was actually Huron. They ended up dead because of that.
Is that a Gibson or a Cruise movie?
Neither. It's a Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay, Daniel Day-Lewis. That's why I didn't watch it then. But anyway,
it was. I think that was like his first big one.
It might have been.
But won a ton of awards. Thitoff.
Nonetheless, getting back to where I was trying to not offend people.
Trying not. Is that your daily goal when you wake up?
That's like the play like a champion today that Bodie's got in his bedroom. Mine is trying to offend anybody today. Like I hate the sign every time I walk out in the morning. But he Piper busted a coconut on the head of Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and that was the big thing. And then they had he just totally insulted him. That's why I was thinking of Snuka. I'm not sure if Snuka's still alive. Bodie, if you want to look up Superfly Snuka and Tommy Wildfire Rich and let us know if they're still alive, so we can decide if we have to put them into the poll we're doing, the contest, the Survivor contest, if you will, where we're going to put about 16 old wrestlers in a ring and see who we think will be the last one standing and the first one out.
Say those names again. Superfly
Jimmy
Snuka?
Superfly Snuka, S-N-U-K-A.
Yeah, I got it. He passed in 2017.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Just a bit outside. 8 years ago.
That was recently.
Who was the other one?
It was Tommy Rich. Tommy Wildfire Rich is the other one.
Get the Wildfire in there, though.
You got to get Wildfire. I'm telling you. Listen, the Wildfire Rich story, Bob, what was it?
He is, still with us. He's 69. He'll be. See if we
well,
get a birthday real quick.
Let's not say he'll be because he might be is what the answer is.
He'll be. He just turned 69 a couple weeks, less than a week ago, July 26th.
Do you have a Play Like a Champion Today sign in your house anywhere?
I got it on my hoodie right now.
I understand that. Do you have a sign in your house, though?
I don't think so.
Is that a life
Do you have
goal
a
for
picture with yourself by the sign, Bodie?
I do not, no.
What? Have you ever seen it in person?
One time, yeah.
So they do the stadium tours on Friday night. When you go up there with your dad, let me know, and I'll make a call to a guy I know up there, and we can get
Marcus Freeman.
Coach
get you a
Freeman.
Friday.
Is Marcus Freeman the guy you know?
That's probably who it would be, and we'll get you a Friday night tour, going through everything. I got a picture with my son Cullen up there, him in front of it. He got a bunch of Notre Dame gear that came in. My oldest son RJ actually had one of the Notre Dame hoodie that he got from there yesterday. Marcus gave us a nice little swag bag. I told you, Bodie, Cullen was wearing the hoodie all the time and the hat, and I go, the week of the national championship, I go, Bud, you can't wear that. I'm not going to be answering questions about this to everybody else. God forbid someone takes a picture with you and posts it up there, and then I'll have to be answering. I said any other month,
it's a Notre
week of the
Dame
year,
T-shirt,
dude.
Bob, not a swastika. I mean,
well, hey, listen, that was very touchy. Ryan was, now that he's won a national championship, it probably wouldn't be as big a deal. But
Fair.
And the fact that I played with Marcus, people made a big deal about Tress and James going and talking to him before the game, and Marcus like, we're going to hear it, and afterward I talked to Marcus, and he's like, you're going to be on me for talking to James and Tress. I'm like, dude, Tress was your former coach, and James coached with you last year.
Isn't
He's your
that
best
amazing?
friend.
That Laurinaitis somehow does not. He's going to go out and be like, Sonny Styles, why don't you go ahead and miss this next tackle, because 20 years ago I played with my friend.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Going and talking to your best friend.
Absolutely insane, which I know fans are.
It's
fans
crazy.
Or fanatic, but
it's like they talked for 30 seconds. They didn't have a whiteboard out there like talking.
Yeah.
What's your guys' plans for today? Get some plans, schemes, seems what's going on here. Like, come on, man. So it was, it was ridiculous that was the case. But with him and Tress, he's like, I'm going to get it from everyone for this. But that was the reason why, just how crazy sensitive people are to everything, and I didn't want any of that going on. I go, now moving forward, you guys want to wear the stuff? Go wear the stuff. It's all good.
Bodie, do you recognize the weight of what just happened? Like Bobby just said, you let me know. I'll call a guy.
Don't worry,
he
Tito.
just said,
I'm well aware. I'm not.
I know. He said, I know a guy. The guy, by the way, is Marcus Freeman. That's like saying, hey, if you ever go to D.C., I know a guy. Who's the guy? The president. He just said, I know a guy. And he said, let me know. Get the Friday night tour. We'll get you out there. You can get your picture taken with it. I am surprised you're not already in your car, headed to South Bend. And said, guys, you want to
said he was going to go up for what? You said the
Navy game? Is that what it is?
Was it Air Force or Navy?
Yeah, Navy, and there's
Hopefully.
a strong likelihood that my mom and I will be there for the A&M game.
There we go.
This. But you're going to work the Friday before, right?
Yeah, because it's a night game the next night.
Okay,
so.
good.
Oh yeah, night game. Well, listen, you get up there the night before, Boats. I mean, for one of those games, and they do the tours. It's pretty great. They do the tours in the evening. Walk around campus. They let you through the stadium. Walk you around, and you can go down on the field and do it all. So it'd be a great treat. You can get yourself that picture in front of Play Like a Champion today.
Thanks,
feels
Bob.
like
my
sideline
birthday.
passes.
There you go.
Feels like sideline passes.
I don't know if I can get the sideline passes.
You know Marcus Freeman. If you say, Marcus, I got a guy who needs to be on the sideline, is that okay?
I don't know.
It won't be Connor
maybe
Stallions.
if I was down there with him, we'll see, Bodie. I might try to go up to a game. His lovely wife was talking to me when I was at Jordan Cornett's golf outing, and they were trying to get me up there as well. So we'll see. I might bring the whole family up for a game. So we'll try to see what maybe we can coordinate those. Probably won't be A&M though.
You got to coordinate. Here's the play. Just so you know, Bob, for somebody who takes advantage of his friends often, all you got to do, Bob, you say, Marcus, I'll be there with Bodie.
And
then the day of it, you say,
show
look,
up?
I've got stomach issues.
They call that.
I can't do it.
It's negotiating in bad faith. That off.
It is.
I'm committing to something that I know I'm not going to be attending.
I do that all the time, Bob.
That's
also a sign in my bed where I walk out. I hit the.
And now
don't offend anybody.
Hey, Bodie, and now you know a little more about Rooster.
Bad faith.
Okay.
Negotiate bad faith. It doesn't matter. I think it's okay. Bodie, this sounds like this does feel like a birthday for you. Now you can take him with the sign right there. How did you not have your picture taken with the sign the first time, though?
I think so.
You're young as hell. There were digital cameras, so I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, but it was honestly, it was probably, I was 9 or 10. It was 05 or 06 because I went to a couple years in a row. The kids, whatever that is, a summer camp with the team and whatnot. And it was during Weiss's first 2 years, so it was 05, 06 range.
You didn't play. You played like a 500 team today.
It was wow. Those first two teams were really good. After that, things went way way downhill. But, it wasn't – I can't even remember if we walked down the stairs to the sign or not. I think we might have. I mean, I was like 9 years old. I don't remember it too well. And back then, I mean, like I said, this was 05, 06 range. Like, was the iPhone even out at that point? Like, camera phones weren't like a common, like, let me just pull my phone out.
Yeah.
Like,
iPhone came out in like
07?
07, 8, 9. So
Yeah.
you would have been, it would have been the one. So it would have been like a 2 megapixel anyway. You would have looked like Bigfoot beside the sign,
Bobby, I'm looking here at this list for Ohio State players on their roster they gave us. I love the fact they gave us the updated roster. I see 2 guys with nicknames that like have official nicknames on their names with them. There's Inky Jones and there's Turbo Rogers. Which one's a better nickname for football? I got to believe Turbo is, right?
I would say Turbo Rogers is probably a little bit better, but Inky's a pretty
Inky?
cool nickname.
The only time I heard Inky is from the Pac-Man game. There was Inky, Blinky, whatever.
Yeah.
Twinkie and Clyde, whatever. I went Slinky. I don't know what the names were. But, yeah, I think the Turbo's
I think that
the way
last
to go.
one was Toy Story.
Could have been. That's fine, too. Whatever. But, yeah, I saw that on there. So, all right, coming up next, we're going to do one of 2 things. Right? It's going to be a choose-your-own-adventure thing here, Bobby. We're either going to have Brian Hartline on or we're going to do quick hitters. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. When was the last time you hopped out of bed without that knee or back screaming at you? Or walked down a flight of stairs without groaning step by step? Hey, that was me. And I had to deal with that from all the years of playing football. But I went and saw my friends over at QC Kinetics, and it disappeared. I didn't have to tough it out anymore. Call over QC Kinetics with Dr. Wolkoff and get your free consultation. It's regenerative medicine, folks. There are thousands of patients who will tell you that they wish they would have done it sooner, just like I did. I'm glad I did, and my experience was tremendous. You go in, you have a consult, they lay out the plan, they talk about it. It's no pills, it's no scalpels. It's just your own body's biologics treating you and helping heal you. So find out if you're a good candidate. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices all around Central Ohio, so be sure to go and check them out.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bobby and Tito here. Morning Juice. Just a couple things here, Bob, just to make you aware. Bobby should never get on you talking to me about movies if he doesn't know Jimmy Superfly Snuka or Tommy Wildfire Rich.
It's a TV show, and that stuff was all on cable. We didn't have that growing up. So That's all part of it. I want to tell everybody, the folks, about my friends over at Riverside Bank of Dublin. Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and an opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here locally in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business up and running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Avenue or France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For those of you that think we may have just tried to tease you with the Brian Hartline thing, he will be on. We just he's
impromptu staff meetings.
Yes,
that's the thing. When Ryan can come on at any time because he gets to call the staff meeting. If you're an assistant, the staff meeting calls you. That's the difference.
Reason for concern, Bob. Staff meeting impromptu like this, does that mean something's wrong?
No, that's just how they operate.
Okay, just want to make sure. Like no huge injury, no big scandal, nothing they're addressing right now.
I heard guys were selling their rings for tattoos.
Okay, see, I wasn't going to say that, Bob. I wasn't going to bring that up at all. But I'm just saying, I just want to make sure that wasn't something of that level in all likelihood. But we'll get the scoop on that from Brian Hartline. He joins us.
Scoop on that. Hey, Brian, what was the staff meeting about?
That's what we're going to ask.
Do you have the itinerary?
Can't we ask him? Can't we just say general church? I'm not saying it word for word.
Planning what looked good.
Perfect.
Sometimes Ryan will be like, hey, I was thinking about this last night.
Okay.
I know we talked about doing this scheduling-wise or whatever. I'd like to tweak the schedule or do this or just subtle little changes that come up, and that's all part of it.
I think what he's doing is modeling Ric Flair robes and asking the staff, which one should I come out there and practice at?
You know what? I met this guy yesterday,
yes.
Jeff Thitoff. He had this unbelievable idea about me in a Ric Flair robe, and
yes.
I'm thinking that we need more of that. You know what? I would say that's probably the favorite in the clubhouse.
I met some guy named Ice yesterday, hosted with Bobby Carpenter. That's who I met. All right, let's do some quick hitters there, Bodes.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
We got any sex toys references today for quick hitters there, Bodes?
Nothing today, thank goodness.
All right.
Happy Friday, fellas. We'll start here with the NFL. CBS Sports recently did a fun exercise where they ranked the quarterback history for all 32 NFL franchises. They used the following criteria of individual impact of the top quarterbacks, so MVP awards, all pros, Pro Bowls, etc. The longevity of the top quarterbacks' careers, team success and championships won, and then overall depth of the team's history of quarterbacks. Bobby, if you have not looked at the list, would you like to take a guess at who is number one?
Number one, hold on, no. Well, current, you said only?
This is quarterback history. So basically, if you put all the quarterbacks who played on whichever team.
Okay, that's Tom Brady, coach.
No. It's
team.
On the team, though, not just
the
Brady.
The team that's had the quarterbacks. Which team has had the most success with quarterbacks? Like, which the best quarterbacks?
I got
it. The quarterback U of NFL, if you will.
There you
quarterback U of the NFL. Do you get bonus points for having more guys as opposed to just one guy that was maybe good for a long time?
Yes.
Okay. There's a good chance. I'm either going to say the Cowboys or Niners.
You are.
Niners were two.
Very close. Yeah, that's two of the top five.
Okay.
Want to take one more crack at it?
Two of the top five. I mean, I could say the Browns or the Bears. I mean, if I really want to get wild on this. Patriots did have Bledsoe. They've been to multiple Super Bowls. Steelers.
Patriots are ninth on the list. They list their top three.
Let's go Steelers.
They are not in the top five. At number one, it is the Green Bay Packers. San Francisco is number two. Indianapolis is number three. Dallas 4. And Denver 5. The Bengals came in at number 17. Your Cleveland Browns, they were not last, but kind of close to it. They were number 26. Do you agree with that list, Bobby? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to, weight that, I mean, I guess I'm going back. Oh, goodness, I can't think of the quarterback they had during Lombardi's run.
Bart Starr.
Bart Starr.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 3 Hall of Famers in that midst. You look at the Niners with what they've had. I mean, they've been pretty good, especially with Montana and then obviously Steve Young. The Chiefs with Mahomes being pretty good.
Len Dawson was their guy, yep.
with winning a Super Bowl back then. I guess I forgot about with the Colts with Johnny Unitas. He would help bolster Manning. Manning going to the Broncos would help with Elway and Jay Cutler. Or not Jay Cutler. Yeah, Jay Cutler was with the Broncos.
Yep.
Yeah, for a minute. Yeah,
Jay Cutler was there. Yep.
That's where he was drafted to. I think that list is pretty good. I mean, the reality is, like, you look at New England, you had Brady for 6 Super Bowls. Bledsoe got you to another Super Bowl. Who was there in 86?
Steve Grogan, and they had Tony Eason. Steve Grogan and Eason were their quarterbacks back then.
Who led them to the Super Bowl? Was that
Eason? was their quarterback,
yes. So that's what I'm saying. You had multiple guys. Well, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm not debating the toughness of these guys. I think that list sounds pretty good. If I had the chance to look at it and kind of parcel it all out, I might be able to look at it a little more, but it sounds like it's pretty close to being right.
With the Giants, they list like the top quarterbacks for each one, the ones that they were really looking at.
They had Sims.
The Giants had Sims. They had Eli Manning, Y.A. Tittle way back when.
Yep.
But like the Chargers, Dan Fouts, Phillip Rivers, Justin Herbert. Dan Fouts.
Pouts?
Dan doesn't pout. No, listen.
Did you ever listen to him call a Buckeye game?
I don't remember him pouting. Did he pout?
Coach, you go watch that national championship game again. I guess because his tight end son was playing on the other team. Who's now incarcerated, by the way, for some unbelievable activity.
Yes. The Buffalo Bills with Kelly, Josh Allen. That's a pretty good combo there. The Bengals were 17th with Ken Anderson, Boomer Esiason, Joe Burrow, Carson Palmer. The Bengals might be a little low. Ken Anderson was a hell of a quarterback.
Ken Anderson was good. If Burrow wins, the problem is they've never won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
because you would have 2 guys. You had 3 quarterbacks that have been to a Super Bowl and never gotten one. That hurts.
With the Buccaneers, they list Brady, Mayfield, and Brad Johnson. No Doug Williams mentioned there, surprising. Williams was a good quarterback for them.
Yeah, but he won it in Washington, so that's where
he did it, yeah.
That's where he gets most of his credit.
Falcons were 22nd. Do you want to guess who the top 3 quarterbacks according to this
Michael
exercise?
Vick.
Vick is one of them.
Matt Ryan. Are those 2 near the top?
Those are, Ryan's 1, Vick's 2, and then the third guy your dad would have played against.
The Berg? I don't know.
Steve Bartkowski.
Oh, okay.
So, so that's that list on that one. The bottom of the list, it's the Houston Texans. They were last on the list. Their top 3 are Schaub, Stroud, and Deshaun Watson, the holy trinity of quarterbacks for the Texans.
The Rams honestly have a pretty decent little list. We start talking about Everett.
You're right.
Stafford was there.
I think it was. They're high up there.
You had Everett, Stafford, Bradford.
No, forget Bradford.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, that's another
one.
And
then who was back in the 70s when they were there?
That was Pat Hayden.
Pat Hayden. So the Rams probably have a pretty underrated list as well if you look at it. I mean, Kurt Warner's a Hall of Famer. Matt Stafford's probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Chris Everett punched Jim Rome.
I bet you won't call me Chris again.
Yeah. Well,
I bet you I do. Chris.
Gosh, what? Listen.
This would be the perfect table to tip over, Bob.
He deserved everything he got. I bet you won't do it.
Yeah, I bet you.
I will. I mean, like, what do we do? What kind of child? Like, unbelievable.
Do you think that was staged? Because we're talking about being like they planned on doing it this way. Do you think?
Really?
Yes, it looked real to me.
Who was it better? Like, who was it staged as being better for?
Both of them.
I guess because Everett looks tough.
Everett looks
Rome
tough,
becomes
and
a
Rome
star.
looks like, even though I'm 5.5 feet tall, even though I'm Bob Costas-esque, I can still talk trash to a big quarterback.
That's an amazing. That would be an amazing discovery.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was staged. It would not surprise me. I don't think it was.
In 2025, I could see that being staged.
Right.
I don't know back then if that would have been staged because you wouldn't have the vehicles of being able to talk to somebody offline and put that together the night before.
I bet you I do.
Have you guys ever seen or heard the interview he did, Jim Rome, with Donald Stern, probably about, I don't know, decade or so ago?
Donald Sterling?
I'm sorry, David Stern, the former NBA commissioner.
You were blending them together. I love that.
This is the oldest boat he's ever sounded. Did you ever hear that interview?
Speaking of messing names up, where he kind of went at David about the lottery being rigged, and David just point blank during the interview, just dead serious. Oh no, he did not. He said, "Have you stopped beating your wife yet?"
Yes, that's an amazing line.
Wow, that's
it was
uncalled
when did you stop beating your wife?
Gosh.
It's the Rothman and I've talked about that.
The commissioner is asking Jim Rome that question.
Coach, you knew he had that in his pocket going into it because it's one of the most well-crafted, because there's really no response. You have to answer, well, I never beat my wife is the answer.
Yeah.
The question is, when did you stop, implying that it's real?
That's next level
great.
fantastic.
It really was.
I didn't know that. First of all, I didn't know the interview existed.
Oh, it's
I also
awesome.
didn't know that I didn't know Jim Rome was accused of that.
Yeah, I think he had a domestic violence situation. It's amazing.
Am I wrong? Is Rome short?
I'm sure he's probably not tall. Like most people in the media aren't overly tall outside like Scott Van Pelt. He's the one dude who's taller than me, and it's not even close.
Google says he's 5'9".
Okay, he's 5'9". All right. The best the Costas thing, I remember this from reading about the National at Daily.
When he had that eye situation over
that
in
was
the
also
Olympics.
funny. No, but when the National, the daily sports newspaper, was around for like a year, and they would always refer to him.
Shark's not here for you to talk about.
I know.
That,
Listen, Bobby, listen, I'm going to educate you here. Listen, this date in history. Play it again. Bobby, they always referred to him because they hated him in the media column that they did. They always referred to him as a 5'5" Bob Costas. That was what they did every time. Right?
He's shorter than normal Bob Costas.
Costas comes in one day.
Costas
comes in one day and to the offices and complains and is yelling at people saying, "Look, don't you ever say that I'm 5'5" again. Don't you ever do it." So the next time they did a column, they said the not 5'5" Bob Costas.
These guys are all coworkers, correct?
No, Costas was like different media,
Oh, okay.
but I'm saying the National or the newspaper that did that. And he came into the office, complained about it, said, "Stop calling me. Don't ever call me the 5'5" Bob Costas again." And he said that from then on they called him the not 5'5" Bob Costas, which I thought was brilliant.
amazing.
Yeah, Bodie, why don't we transition here and let's move over and tell people what's got us juiced, because who the hell knows when we're going to do it again.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the Master Griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, Bob, I lied. It's a little bit chilly. My nipples are hard.
This is crisp. This is Bodie. If you ever go watch Cowboys camp in Oxnard, this was like every day. You'd have to wear a sweatshirt to the meetings in the morning. It was pretty chilly.
Also going to tell you this then, Bodie. Bobby knows a guy in Dallas.
Yeah.
So if you want to go there.
I know Marcus a little bit better, and I probably got a little bit better ties there, Bodie. So we can – and that's actually drivable. I don't know if we're driving out to Oxnard, California. What's got me juiced? Well, it's 42nd birthday. Last year I had my 41st out here at training camp. It reminds me of 20 years ago when I reported to Ohio State, over 20 years ago, and back in 2002, being out here on my birthday. Thankfully, well, I guess it falls generally when I've been in training camp. 2 times it didn't. One because of the lockout in 2011 that we reported a little bit late, so my wife got me tickets to go see oh, my gosh, I can't think of his name right now. Daniel Tosh, over at Vets Memorial. That was pretty good. And then in 2004, the year of my 21st birthday, 21 years ago, somehow it fell on August. We didn't have to report till August 2nd, or maybe the 3rd. We only played 11 games that year, and that was a fun night. First night as dating my first birthday with my wife as well, girlfriend at the time. So that has to be juiced. Exciting day. Going to get some dinner here later tonight. Going to run this gasser test. Have one of my best friends be on the time. A couple of my kids are going to watch. And hopefully it'll go swimmingly. I got a lot of sleep last night and was disciplined enough not to get a drink. And then, Bodie, why don't we hit up a little Jordan Peterson on this day as well?
I will do good no matter what. No matter what happens to me, I will do good. No matter what happens to me. It's absolute rejection of the idea of being a victim. It's like, no matter how much suffering comes my way, no matter how much undeserved suffering comes my way, undeserved and unjust, let's say, in spite of my innocence, I will not lose faith and I will do good. Now, the ultimate expression of that occurs in the crucifixion story, clearly. But Job is a step on the way there.
I will do good. Make the choice to be happy. I was reading the Traveler's Gift, like the follow-on edition, Making the 7 Decisions by Andy Andrews. And one of the chapters I read yesterday was the Anne Frank, I would choose to be happy. You have choices to make every day. Smile. Try to brighten other people's lives. And it's amazing if you brighten other folks' lives, that you will in turn brighten yours. So, Bodie, with that being said, what Schleich's got to say?
You have Larry Combs, one at every level that there is.
Larry Combs or Kerry Combs?
No, you misheard me. Now you digress me again, Beam. That's what you do, man.
Larry Carey. Just call him
Hey,
Coach.
There was multiple times where I'm like, dude, you He coached with Carrie here, Bodie. That's the best part. Then he tried to. I'm like, we have the audio, Schlegs. Like, you cannot lie. I was like, play that back, Shark.
Daniel Stern.
100% said Larry Combs.
Yeah.
Super Juice said it's Friday, guys. Best day of the week. I crashed out at like 9:30 last night too, Carp. So I got pretty good sleep there and was feeling not very good this morning, but the alarm didn't hurt as much as it normally
very good
does.
At 3 a.m.
Yeah,
ever.
you know what though? You got to be juiced. It's Friday. Just feeling good, living life, Tito. It's a great day to be alive, even though the sun is often still shining when I close my eyes when I go home to nap. And Super Juice Carp, hope you have a great birthday there. It's technically tomorrow, right? Am I right on the date there? Or is
No,
it
it's today. It's the first.
Is it the first? Okay, my bad. So I hope you have a great 42nd birthday there. Go crush the gassers, whatever you want to call them there. After
Fitness test. Fitness test.
Yeah, the exercise test, right? And Tito, what's got you juice here on this Friday?
Oh, God, be out here again. This is such a great atmosphere. I do love this. It's a lot of fun. And, yes, happy birthday, Bobby. 42, turning 42. I'm very much in awe of the fact you do this every year on your birthday, and it's a big deal, and you go out there and run all the gassers and that. Your kids will be out here. Your wife will be out here as well. That'll be wonderful.
No, she just drops them off.
She's dropping them off and leaving?
Oh, of course.
She's not going to stay and watch you do your test?
No, zero desire to do that.
Okay. I was giving her all kinds of props for that.
Don't get out. To quote Bill Parcells, don't get out the anointing oil just yet. All right? That was a quote in reference to Tony Romo, because I see the warts.
I got to tell you, the only thing I've juice is that now if anybody says to me, hey, do you know Ohio State plays Texas? I'll say, yeah, later this month. Bob, it'll be later this month. I'm off on Monday. Because that whole thing is about greatest availability or greatest, what'd you say? Greatest
ability is availability.
Yes, and I will not be available Monday. And usually I hate taking days off. But I'm off Monday for the Ironman.
So did Wally Pipp.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Look, honest to God, Bob, if you don't think I'm going to listen to Austin and you on Monday on the drive out there, you are sadly mistaken. And I'm going to hope Austin screws it up somehow. I don't want it to go well. I want you guys to have an informative show, but I want you to have a great show. I want
Thank
to be
you
technical
for cheering
difficulties.
for average.
No. What I'm cheering for is I'm better. That's what I'm cheering for, is being better. And so I'll listen. And if you guys are doing great, it'll probably affect my golf game. I'll think about it on the course. I'll be out there. We're playing 36 holes. Scotty Vegas is playing. Baker's playing. All the other cast of characters you've already mentioned on shows before. The Temple of Doom will be out there. But it's 36 holes at Chapel Hill, the best value in golf. I'm not getting paid to say that. But you can go out there and do Bobby, they got the deal out there. I think it's still $54 during the week. All you can play with a great cart with GPS. And it's also got the iPhone chargers. Got the chargers in there, too. Okay, you get that.
That's great.
You also get 3 sandwiches, 3 snacks, and 6 drinks.
You play there often, Thitoff?
No, once a year. This is it, because it's out there Mount Vernon. It's an hour away.
You look like a guy that's
Thank
a 3-sandwich around
You know what?
guy.
I appreciate that, Bobby. It's Scotty Vegas laughing in the background is also inappropriate. But usually I end up giving away one of the drinks. Or
6 drinks is, that's
well, it's not.
nice.
It's not. No, but it's not like when you think 6. I want to think Gatorade, water, soda. If you want to get something that alcohol induced,
can I trade in those 6 for 3 alcoholic
you
drinks?
can use. I think some of they'll charge you 2 for that.
That's fine. Okay, there we go.
But
That's
here's
still
the best
one
part,
every 6
Sometimes you could trade in one of your sandwiches for 2 drinks.
There you
which
go.
Is the way to go.
There you go.
But
I could go with 2 sandwiches and 5 drinks. That's a perfect round.
And so it's got the GPS on the carts, which is what's great too. You don't have to spend time getting out they'll tell you right there how far away you are. So we got that going on Monday. So yes, Austin Ward will be in here Monday. And by the way, folks, just don't say positive about it if you would in the chat. I would appreciate that, because that will mess with my golf game. All right, coming up next, we are hopeful we're going to have Brian Hartline on next. But nonetheless, if we don't, we'll do something called Witty Banter. That'll be next. Morning Juice.
Hey, Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate, YouTubers. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Indeed you are. And yes, YouTubers, thank you for being here in full force again. We appreciate that. It's going to be a great day out here. I don't see rain in the forecast today. Am I right on that, Bob?
Yeah, the rain came through. That's why the pressure system, I think we're at a high pressure system now, and pushed out all the cold or all the heat, the humidity, and now we're left with sunny California.
Okay, you said you talked about the high pressure system moved through. Can you speak? And I'm not don't mean disrespect when I ask the question. Can you speak intelligently on weather?
Yeah, like how the pressure system
Yeah,
rolls.
I
had a great science teacher in my freshman year, and we talked a lot about pressure systems, what causes the barometric pressure to move, all of the different trade winds, which way they blow, all these different things, the nor'easters and all this stuff. Like he was real, Mr. Wheeler. I don't know if he's still with us or not. He was awesome guy. A really good teacher. I got him like right at the end of his career. He was probably like 60-ish.
Yeah.
So he didn't teach a whole lot longer after that, but really helped educate me. So yeah, I learned enough of that I feel like I could talk fairly confidently about the wet bulb and things like that.
Oh.
Which is why I have to listen to these Yahtzees here in the state of Ohio tell me that it's too hot to practice. And I said, okay, it's too hot to practice. I go, what is the recommended temperature or combined humidity and temperature, which is the wet bulb, that it's unsafe for human beings to practice football? And you know what the answer is?
What?
They don't have one because it's not real. Because people in Texas and Dallas and Louisiana and Mississippi, they practice when it's like that. And they're like, well, I'm like, well, so there's no defined temperature, because we have definitions for everything. All this science out here, they'll tell us, oh, it's too hot now or it's too cold. Like they can tell you it's too cold to be outside with the combination of the cold and the wind. You get the wind chill. You will develop frostbite in this amount of time for exposure. They can't do that with heat. Okay, so you know what I tell everybody? Be smart, be safe, take some water breaks, do what you need to do, but quit being soft.
And we're all different, Bob. Some of us can practice in like a lot hotter temperatures. Some of us won't get frostbite going out there naked. When
Again.
Yes, right.
Again.
Just tell him, Bob. Nobody's ever drowned in sweat.
Nobody. Lou Holtz knows. Listen,
Exactly.
listen, Bodie. Nobody's ever drowned in sweat. I've almost drowned in my own saliva before, but nobody's ever drowned in sweat.
I think that my favorite teacher growing up, and the only reason I passed geometry at Northland High School, I went there for a semester.
You guys had blocks. You went to Northland for a semester?
For a semester, I did.
They let
yes.
you into Haven after that?
Yeah, well, Haven, then Northland for a semester, then back to Haven for 2 years.
They kick you out for what happened? Transfer portal? Better opportunities.
You know what? Let's do this, Bob. I got transferred because I moved in with my mom after they got divorced. I moved dad to mom for 1 semester.
And you said this place is a
I
prison?
transferred. Yes, that's what I did. His name was, it's either Mr. Addis or Mr. Addison.
Robert Paulson?
Geometry teacher. It wasn't Daniel Stern, but geometry teacher.
Donald Stern.
It could have been that too, whatever. Anyway,
Daniel Sterling.
He would do something every Friday, and he would call it, and this is the way he talked, we're going to play a little rock and roll math trivia, all right? Rock and roll math.
Who's this, Elvis Presley?
Listen, he would say, I'm going to tell you right now, people, I'm going to ask you a rock and roll question. You get it right, I'll ask you a math question. Get that right, get extra credits. How the game's played. Rock and roll math trivia. And he would then ask, he asked questions like, the Beatles, name the 4 Beatles. You get it right, you get a point for that, and then he'd ask you a math question after that. And he was always like, he'd always end his class with, like, on Fridays, he'd say, look, I want to tell you something. I love young people. Young people are good people. I think young people get a bad rap today. That's what I think. Yes, it is. But I'm telling you right now, young people.
Now he's starting to sound a little bit like Muhammad Ali.
Young people are good people. Go out there and be good. Make smart decisions, people. All right, I'll see you on Monday.
We're oscillating very closely between Elvis and Muhammad Ali. Now, granted, Elvis from Memphis, Muhammad Ali was from Louisville. We're like the same kind of platitude right there, but that was very interesting. What's funny, my 7th and 8th grade history teacher, Mr. Bailey, he was a huge Elvis fan, and so there was always one question thrown in our exam, like our test every year, about Elvis, and it was always one that, if you listen to him in class, like anything else, you should be able to get the answer. Like, where was Elvis born? Like, where did he live?
Right.
Graceland, something about one of his songs, whatever it was. So, yeah, he always had some little nuggets in there. And then actually my econ teacher in my sophomore year, whenever we took econ, junior year, would always have a question about the Stones, because in economics you can't get no satisfaction. That's what he would always say. So there you go.
Yeah, so but again, that's
who you texting over here?
My wife just said something about coming up here today with Artie, and I had to respond to her real quick. I'm sorry. But that's the only reason I passed his class. Now, granted, it wasn't with an A or B. It was like it might have been a low C.
C minus. I got a D plus.
I think it was a low C is where it would have been.
Do you know what that reference is from?
No. What's that?
I got a D plus.
Is that your Billy Madison movie thing?
Well, he was a star with Billy Madison on SNL, but a lot of people go to college for 7 years. Yeah, they're called
that's
doctors.
Farley. That's Tommy Boy?
When he gets Herbie Hancock, puts his old I got
right.
a D plus.
Right, I remember that now. Okay, I do remember that now. Yes, I've seen Tommy Boy numerous times. That one's a classic.
Okay, good. I think your son's actually seen it at my house.
Will you let my son watch Tommy Boy?
Yeah, dude. When you come over here, when everybody, I tell people, when your kids come over, I go, do you think I'm a tough parent or a soft parent? And they're like, probably a tough parent. Okay, good. Then you're just subjecting your child to all of my rules and regulations. But with that, I also have probably a greater swath for what I deem as maybe appropriate consumption of media for kids. And my dad had the same thing. Like, we watched RoboCop when I was 7. My mom was furious. So,
RoboCop was fine.
Really? You know how many F-bombs are in RoboCop? I mean,
there's too much action to hear the F-bombs.
Like, too much action to hear the F-bombs. Jeff Thitoff.
They're not there.
So that's another one. Hey, put that down, Bodie. Fitbit or Tito's Takes. Too much action to hear the F-bombs.
No, Bob, I don't watch. No one watched that movie for the script writing. They watched it for the action.
I mean, we also watched Braveheart as a family when I was probably. And I was probably 10 or 11. It really is, for the Scottish. But he let my younger brothers watch it when they were probably like 6. And his justification was, there's not that much profanity in here. He's like, as long as there's no nudity or strong sexual situations, there's like 30 seconds where you have to hit it. Maybe like 5 seconds you pass forward. But he's like, I mean, you're watching guys battle out here, you know? I mean, look at this. Look at the effort. I mean, it was really like a sports breakdown, Bodie. Like the effort, the tenacity. They're fighting for their freedom. Look how much they care. They have a high GSF. You know, I mean, it's all good things.
Should I know what GSF stands for?
Give a crap factor.
Okay, I got you.
Schleg's references it probably once a week. So if you actually are conscious and not in a coma,
right.
like as Mike Vrabel said during those interviews, he drops GSF, gas station ready, Waffle House ready, and he actually has a new one. He dropped out on our show together, Bodie. I don't know if you saw this. It's called Little Caesars Hot and Ready, because this dude went into Little Caesars to buy something. I guess he had cut some guy off in the driving there. The dude follows him into Little Caesars, and I think the dude tries to fight him. The dude on the other side of the counter, the guy working, hurdles over and whoops the dude's butt. And this guy, I guess, was older. They were trying to fight. The guy wanted to fight him.
Right.
And the older guy looks over at the Little Caesars dude who just offended him, and he goes, "Thank you, I really appreciate that." He goes, "Man, it's Little Caesars. We're always hot and ready." And I'm like, that is amazing. That is the greatest line ever. So now Schleg's has the Little Caesars hot and ready as well.
Speaking of Vrabel, by the way, he's getting a lot of, and not that he doesn't deserve it, but a lot of love.
The praise of man.
Yes, from the thoughts on the upcoming season. And I know New England made Drake May was great last year for what he had to work with that team. I mean, not a lot of weapons, and now they got Stephon Diggs over there. Tell your Highness, they got Stephon Diggs now out there. But are you expecting big things from New England? And by big things, I mean, do you think they will be playing meaningful games into November, to where it's like they still might make a run, they still get in the playoffs kind of thing? Like in November, they're still playing meaningful games?
I think so. The problem is they've got a pretty tough division, because I think the Jets are going to be pretty decent. Yep. And the Bills obviously are very good. The AFC is just so loaded. Like the battle for that 6th and 7th playoff spot is going to be robust. I think the Chargers are going to be pretty good. Obviously, you have the Chiefs. You've got the Texans. Who else is in the AFC West? You've got the Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs.
Denver made the postseason last year.
Yeah, I think Denver's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
They've got a great coach and a good young quarterback. Probably Houston's the only team in the South. North, Pittsburgh, I think is going to be much better. Yeah. This Skip Bayless thing about Aaron is watching. I'm telling you, I think he's going to have a really – I know. I think he's going to have a really good year. You've got Baltimore. You've got Cincinnati. You go to the East,
Cleveland.
Buffalo. Yeah, exactly. And then the East, you've got Buffalo at the top, and then the Jets, and probably the Pats are going to be battling. So I started looking at this, and it's like, okay, you've got all 4 division winners filled, and then there's like a group of, that's 4, then there's a group of like 5 or 6 teams that maybe one I could say for sure would probably get in. Mm-hmm. I think probably one out of the AFC West will probably get in. Maybe one out of the NFC North. I don't know. It's going to be tough to really try to figure that out and parcel it out. I mean, I don't know what to tell you on this. I got to see some of and part of it is give me 4 games to see a little sample size on what these teams look like.
Yeah, it's you're right. The AFC's got it's hard to tell. It's like paper thin, Bob. On there's going to be a couple of really damn good teams in the AFC that are not going to make the playoffs this year. Just the way they've got it, the way it's set up with all the competition in there. And I just thought about that when you said about, Skip Bayless saying that Aaron Rodgers washed. That'd be the other. Like, I'd like to see him, Skip Bayless, Aaron Rodgers, reenact the Chrissy thing. It's like, I bet you won't say I'm washed again. I bet I do. And then you're washed, and then flip the table over.
I think Aaron I think he's going to go out. He doesn't want to go out the way that it happened last year and the last 2 years.
Bob, he was good last year at the end of the year.
I try to tell people that, and they're like, well, whatever, the meaningless games. Like, you know what? He was also was recovering from an Achilles. So people always tell you it's kind of a year plus for an Achilles, and he's 40-plus years old, so that's another element. Like, he started playing good ball. You watch him throw. I tell you watch him throw. It still looks effortless. He can't move the way he used to, but it still looks effortless.
Bob, I think in the last 10 games, he had 18 touchdown passes and 4 interceptions.
That's Aaron Rodgers' numbers.
Extrapolate that out. I'm not going to do the math, but somebody else out there can do the math. If that was a 17-game schedule, those are damn good numbers. You know what I mean? And so I think that he'd be just fine. Garrett Wilson was great. And, I know he and Aaron didn't really mesh early on, but you've got DK Metcalf now in Pittsburgh to throw to. I still think Pittsburgh might look at Keenan Allen. They might look at him, a free agent wide receiver out there. He's still out there. If you put him on that team as well, I love the Caleb Johnson ad in the draft by them. The offensive line, I think, will be improved and healthier. So, yeah, I don't quite see the I don't think he's washed. So, all right, coming up next, you know what? More witty banter, but also we'll have AJ Hawk on. It looks like we will hopefully get Brian Hartline over here as well, and of course the last segment of the program, Ross Bjork. Don't leave, folks. Stick around. It's gonna be great for the last few segments here of the show. Morning Juice.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a common seasonal virus, but it can have major implications on a patient's heart health. Most RSV cases involve mild cold-like symptoms, but up to 160,000 adults are hospitalized each year for more serious cases, and RSV can escalate chronic health issues. If you're over the age of 60, talk to your doctor to find out if the new RSV vaccine is right for you, and learn more at heart.org/RSV.
Bobby played for the Dallas Cowboys. Tito wears assless chaps.
I'm dead sexy.
You're locked into Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Bodie, and now AJ.
A man with many career achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, AJ Hawk.
Oh, favorite time of the week for me. We usually wrap things up on a Friday with him, but we're going to have Ross Bjork on in the final segment. AJ Hawk joins us. AJ, football's in the air. Your guy to my left, 42, is 42 today. And I got to tell you, Age, he said it's cold. He's doing his fitness thing today, conditioning test, I guess we'll call it. And he's talking about wearing long sleeves out there because it's too cold for him. Your response to that?
I mean, if he's running 20 half gassers, he can wear whatever he wants, I guess. I mean, he should recreate his pro day gear with the long long white tights and the long white like Under Armour shirt. I think that'd be perfect, especially if the more people you get out there to watch it too. We should, Bob, you should sell tickets to that for real.
Well, they have people out here at practice. I mean, that could have been like the bonus to come over here and watch. You know, the all whites with a lot of sweat going on, though. I don't know if that would be fully appropriate for some of the kids that are going to be out here to see. But have you been outside yet today, man? It is like legitimately cool. And yes, like this is how it was when we would practice in Oxnard in my first year out there in Dallas. Like I gained like 4 pounds the first week of camp because, you know, we were used to having to just eat. My dad's like, eat. It's 90, you're sweating, it's hot. There it's 70 degrees and dry, and I wasn't losing any weight, so I was actually gaining. It was a wild experience.
Yeah, that would be weird. But like that's, I mean, I guess that's why Jerry likes to go out there. The weather, and obviously you got a big fan base. But yeah, to go from like it was 95 and humid, it felt like for a long time, and then bam, here we go. It's like we have trick or treat weather. Like my wife and I went walking last night because it was like windy. It was kind of chilly. Like it was awesome. I actually really enjoy it. So I'm here for it. I don't mind it, but you know I'm okay with the heat as well. But I guess that's good for you though for your conditioning test. I mean, that's probably perfect weather. Probably get you feeling a little bit better than you normally would.
So, peek behind the curtain. AJ's dad and I share the same birthday. Dean Keith Hawk II, also known more famously as Pistol. What did we do for Pistol's birthday? What we got fired up? I mean, what kind of exotic gifts for him and Jude?
Well, we actually sent him. He sent me a picture last night of him with these. We sent him these like boot thing. You know, it was like an Instagram buy where my wife and I found it, where it's like these boot things that I think have like infrared lights in them, and they massage like your ankles and your calves and your feet. And you put them on. And we sent them to him, and they got there yesterday. He sent me a picture of him wearing them. He's like, "Hey, is this from you? Is this from you?"
Is this
we
from
didn't
you?
realize they'd get there early. We said, "Yeah, let me know if it works, because if it's actually good, I'm going to get myself a pair of those." That's usually how it goes. I buy him stuff that I want, and I let him test it out and see if it's any good. But yeah, he's wearing those currently. And sorry, Bob, we're actually headed back there tonight to see him have a little dinner at my brother's house, where I would be with you on your great birthday, as well as Doug Daddish's birthday. Like August 1st, there's a lot of great birthdays today, Bob.
And my buddy, who you affectionately call Bulb, who John from Lancaster.
Right.
He's also
everybody.
Yeah, he's also born there. What's ironic about this, and I was telling Tito earlier, is that I go, you actually, Laura texted me, she goes, we need to get together for our birthdays because, you know, your wife's is just a couple of days prior. And Courtney goes, well, AJ said that they were coming tonight. And I'm like, okay. I mean, she goes, I text him. And then Laura said, no, we're going back to Centerville. I'm like, of course AJ wouldn't be abreast on the plans of what's going on.
That's on me. Yeah, I committed too early before I knew the full plans. That's on me. The older I get, the worse I am at
decommitted.
Checking. Yeah, I'm not great at like checking before. Like, yeah, of course, Bob's birthday. That's what we do. We go to dinner for Bob's birthday, and then I realized we had committed to driving back to my brother's house. So yeah, we're gonna get to dinner, Bob. Just unfortunately, I won't be there tonight. But yeah, we'll make it happen.
AJ, Little Italy is one of our Hall of Fame chatters, and Little Italy is getting married this weekend. He said in the chat, "Thank you. I'm no Tito or Big Lou. I'm on Samantha #1. I'm curious, what advice would you give, marital advice, to Little Italy?"
Ooh.
Man, I mean, hopefully he knows right now that he's marrying the right person. If you have, my advice right now would be, if you have any doubts, leave. Don't do it.
There we go.
Don't do it. Because that's the thing. Like, I realized the more I looked, I've been married for a long time, and I realized, like, man, I got so lucky because I didn't put any thought into it. I just knew, like, I never thought about getting married ever in my life, and I met my wife. I said, okay, yeah, I'll marry you. Boom. Like, I knew that's who I wanted to marry. And looking back, I'm like, man, she could have been a crazy person. But I trusted my instincts. So I think trust your instincts is the thing. Like, if he's having any doubt, anything, run away as fast as you can, bud. You'll figure it out.
So hold on. When you started that age, I was curious. Like, I think a lot of folks may have been curious where you're going. I've been married a long time. If you have any reservations, run. You could have been married a crazy person. But at times, you say Biebs is crazy. So just what, crazy in the best way?
Yeah, I think everyone's crazy in a good way. Yeah, like I say that as someone that I realized, like, wow, I'm really lucky. Like, if I would have married anyone else, I would have been divorced for sure by now. Like, she's the only person I could ever spend my life with. The one I found, you know, Laura. But Yeah, I think we all need to be crazy in a good way. Like Bob, I would say, Bob, you're crazy in the right ways, like in certain ways, but like that's what makes people great is like their crazy stubbornness on certain things and hard work, like work ethic and all of that. I think we all need to have a little bit of crazy, not like criminal crazy, but a little bit of craziness to where you go above and beyond to get things done, whatever needs to happen.
So you've been touring around with Pat, doing the camp tour. You're over in Pittsburgh a couple of days ago, getting back to his hometown at Steelers training camp. Over at Canton yesterday, previewing the Hall of Fame game. There got a lot of nice rain that also came through here in Central Ohio. Did you get a chance to catch up with your boy Aaron when you were out there on Wednesday?
Yeah, I didn't get to talk to him. He came on the show. They were practicing like at 1:50, and he came on like at 12:30 or so, and then T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward did as well. I kind of felt bad for him. Like we're sitting there, you know how camp is, Bob. Like they're having their first padded practice, and they're sitting there talking with us 35 minutes before they're on the field about to bang, hit their skulls into each other for 2.5 hours, and it was 9,000 degrees there as well. But yeah, Aaron looked good. That's a different place, like Latrobe, Pennsylvania. I haven't. It was my first time being there. I've obviously seen them on TV all the time when the Steelers are there practicing for camp. It's like a different world up there. It's pretty cool how they can go there and isolate their team, and their fans are awesome. Like it's a big deal there, and I think the history that the Steelers have, it was cool to see, and it was also cool to see how the Steelers were practicing. Man, like they were tackling to the ground, like it was intense. Like it felt like some old school NFL football training camp.
So, AJ, I don't want to say Ohio State softball. I don't know if you saw this or not, but they just brought a bed out onto the I assume it's for a promotional thing, but there's a bed out there.
Maybe a Diddy thing, Age. You were telling me about
it looks like,
it's
a bed frame.
Outside beds.
That's what it is. It's an outside bed. Look, I hope it's a company that's doing something.
Oh, no, they've got all the promotions. You got the Weber Grills out here. I think it's one of the different bedding companies, Age. I mean, it's cool. You kind of lay out here, lounge around, watch the practice. We can get you out here.
Maybe it was Bobby for the Gassers after he does that. Maybe we get to lay down.
I assumed it was for they were using like as a crash pad, where you like run and dive and tackle people onto it, like working on tackle drills. That's what I could use that for my little 3rd and 4th grade team. I could use one of those pads so we could tackle each other onto them.
AJ, you're media savvy, so I need to ask your advice on this. We could be running into a potential situation here where we could have Ross Bjork on, and then also Hartline showing up. If we have to give one of them the tap on the shoulder and hey, we're good, and you got to leave, who should we focus on? Who should prioritize, Bjork or Hartline?
Man, that's hard. It's like trying to pick your favorite kid. It's hard to really. But I mean, I guess you probably is it easier to get Hartline on or easier? Or probably pretty tough to get Ross on. I would imagine he's really busy, but so is Hartline. I don't know. Like, can you have them both together? Can you do that?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I'll just kick Jeff
That's
off.
Why I got the look from Bobby. Yeah, I knew as soon as I asked the question, Bobby was going to say, you know what, Tito? Yeah. Hand the headset over to Hartline.
Have him interview Ross. Have him pop in there and ask Ross a few questions. Then he can ask Hartline a few. Like maybe have him go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, what are our expectations this year? Are you going to where are we at with the kids, man? Like, I feel like you should be out here popping over here with like Henny and Axe and Ved and hanging out a little bit.
I should. Hender's he's a middle schooler. He's like they have like real football camp right now. He's every day they're 8 to 10, 8:30, 10:30. He has football. We're putting pads on now, so they're practicing. I'm coaching my little younger two in their first year tackle football. We'll practice tomorrow morning. We started this past week. And basketball for my daughter. She's still working out and doing all her stuff with basketball. So it's and the school starts very soon. So what a weird thing where summer felt long, but also felt very short. Now that we're towards the end of it, actually.
So what if I told you that Anthony Schlegel was an assistant coach at Hastings Middle School? How do you think that's going?
I mean, he's awesome. Like I want Schlegel to come help out any team I'm ever a part of, just because I want to hear his hoarse coach voice that he has 24/7, no matter what, and just his sheer passion. And like you don't really find a combination of a guy like Schlegel, who's like the toughest guy on the planet that will hold kids accountable, but also like the biggest goofball and really fun, but also has like that scientific background. He knows exactly why you're doing every single stretch and every movement that you're doing. So Schlegel's 101. I need to recruit Schlegel away to help me coach, actually.
Look, AJ, and I don't normally like to ask favors of other people, but I'm sorry. Bless you, Bobby.
I call you America's guest.
Listen, so you and Bobby both have a pretty wide reach of contacts in your phone. You could like, I don't know. I always wonder, like, how many calls would it take to get to this person for you guys? How many texts would it take for you to get to this person? Michael Phelps saw a video of Marlon Humphrey, for the Ravens, who was on social media asking for help on how to swim. Could you and Bobby somehow reach out and get hold of Michael Phelps and get him to teach Schlegs to swim?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy. I mean, I don't know how many people I'd have to contact to try to get to Michael Phelps, but even though Michael Phelps has like 75 gold medals, there's no hope with Schlegs. Like, some people just aren't meant for the water. And I don't even think the great Michael Phelps could get Schlegs in his little T-Rex arms anywhere near being that. Like, maybe he could figure out how to tread water and doggy paddle and stay alive, but I don't think he could. I don't even think Phelps could get Schlegs to be able to swim like a 25-meter freestyle race.
Well, if you look, here's what the thing you need to do is put Schlegs and Phelps in a Speedo side by side, and we could break down their body construction of how they're built. And I think at that point, Thitoff, like AJ said, that's when you would realize one of these guys was built to be able to swim in the water. The other guy was built to be a battering ram with a big, thick jaw.
Bob, can you imagine? You know, Phelps does that thing where he like bends over and he flaps his arms and they like touch behind his back. Can you imagine him and Schlegs doing it at the same time and watching like the difference in how far their arms are going? That would be awesome.
It would be like the difference of watching an eagle take off and an ostrich. Like that would be the equivalent. Maybe a penguin.
Yeah, see, look, this would be, and look, you guys on your McAfee show, you guys don't need a lot of boosts, a lot of social media content and stuff like that. But if we could arrange that for this show, and we could get video of Schlegs learning swimming from Michael Phelps, just the interaction. When Phelps says you got to do it this way, and Schlegs just looks at him and goes, like, what kind of thing? And with the T-Rex arms, there was a famous clip way back in the 70s. AJ, where they used to have the Battle of Network Stars and Battle of the Sports Superstars. They would put people in different events that they normally wouldn't be in. And the famous boxer Joe Frazier damn near drowned in a swimming, swimming up. Like
that would be Schlegs.
He almost drowned. Like, it was a serious thing where they had like, hey, is Joe okay? And I don't know if they had to rescue him out of there or not or pull him out. But, yeah, he could not. He couldn't swim, but they put him in a swimming event. So I think that would be great. Not that I want Schlegs to come close to drowning, but I think it'd be great content if he did.
So here's the great question, AJ.
It would.
Do you think Michael Phelps could swim like a 50-meter faster than freestyle than Schlegs could swim a 25?
Absolutely. Yeah, no question. I mean,
come on.
Yeah. I don't know, Bob. Schlegs, I guess Schlegs is very mentally tough, so maybe he would figure it out. But I just think I'm picturing Schlegs, Bob, from the cruise years ago when we were all out there at the inflatables. And we turn around and we look, and our poor friend's about to die because he can't swim. Unfortunately for us, we almost forgot that, we forgot Schlegs is like a bowling ball when he gets in the water. He has no chance.
It was remarkable. I mean, Michael Phelps probably swims like a straight 50-meter, I'm guessing, in around 20 seconds. And, I mean, you're right. I don't know if Schlegs can clear one lap in 20 seconds.
No way. His arms are they're so big and jacked, and like, how does he – I just would do it because I want to see Schlegs' face as he's trying. Like, he would be trying so hard. Like, guys, come on! You know I'm not a great swimmer. Like, it would be awesome just to watch and listen to the commentary.
You guys have you guys as elite or one-time elite professional athletes. You guys, you have a hard time, don't you, doing things where you're going to struggle. Publicly, I'm saying. Like, I know that you do things throughout your life where, like, there's things like, I don't know how to do this.
AJ goes and plays at the American Century.
He does well. Okay,
he does play well, but not great.
What I'm saying, but that's not. But no, he didn't go out there and shoot 150 though. He doesn't whiff. I don't think he whiffs. I feel bad if he whiffed now. I feel awful saying that. But like Schlegs doing that, I got to believe Schlegs would be very frustrated by doing something like that publicly. Whereas I don't mind making an ass of myself and going out and doing something I can't do. But do you guys, like AJ? Do you have a hard time publicly doing something that you haven't done before and you might not do well?
I guess if you're doing something you don't want to look like a doofus. You want to be okay at it. But that's also what I think the definition of an athlete is, that you can go play any sport and you can be you can be solid. Like, you can be serviceable in any sport, even if you've never done it before. But I don't know I guess swimming's a sport, but swimming's also a very specialized situation that you kind of need to do growing up to have any chance But yeah, I'd like to. If I'm doing something, I'd like to at least be okay at it. And if I'm not, I'm going to continue to do it until I feel like I'm at least average at that activity.
So, big fan of Adam Sandler and Happy Gilmore. I know your kids, love some of the old stuff. You're a great dad and have them watch some of the old movies. Have you seen Happy Gilmore 2, and have your kids got a chance to watch it as well?
Yeah, so I watched it. My wife and daughter were out of town, and we set up everything. Me and my boys all watched it the other night. And I'm not I've heard all different ranges of reviews on this from different people, and my kids were dying laughing, especially the first 20 minutes when Happy was bad and he shows up drunk and hungover and he's doing all that. And my boys were laughing so loud. I'm like, okay, yeah, here we go. This is good. They love it. But then when Happy started to turn around, even my boys started to get upset. They're like, oh no, if Happy gets good, that means all the funny parts are gone. They were worried that if Happy became great, that they wouldn't get all those funny parts. But they loved it. They thought it was the greatest thing ever. I'm not going to lie, Bob. I fell asleep for about 40 minutes in between in the middle. So I didn't see a good chunk of it. I need to rewatch it. I'm glad it happened, but I'm having a good time watching people talk about it because some people are like, yeah, I thought it was pretty solid. And then other people say this is the worst movie of all time. So I don't think it's the worst movie of all time by any chance. I'm glad he made it. It's kind of different. I guess it's a different feel than the first one, but I love Adam Sandler, I guess.
It's good. We enjoyed it. It's a fun movie, AJ. It's not the best thing in the world. It's not the worst. We appreciate the time today, sir, and look forward to getting dinner next week.
All right, happy birthday, Bob. Good luck today. Hopefully you, not hopefully, you're definitely going to make it happen with those 20 gassers.
All right, appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, AJ, for that. Yes, AJ Hawk on there. Now we're joined by Ross Bjork, Ohio State's athletic director. And, Ross, first of all, I don't know when you do performance reviews, but Hartline was supposed to be out here at 6:10, and they had a staff meeting, and he hasn't shown up yet. So I'm not saying
6:10.
It's 6:10. That's okay. Look, I'm not going to. He's a busy
meeting.
guy. They had a staff meeting, I guess, unexpected staff meeting, whatever it is. And I'm not saying you need to discipline him for it, but I just think it's something that should be addressed.
I mean that's in his contract that he has media obligations, right?
Yes.
That he has to fulfill. So we're gonna have to check that.
Thank you.
Or we'll have to get Jerry and Mike back here to talk about scheduling, or Quinn Temple, or somebody. They didn't get the wake up call. I just saw Hartline. On the field.
Show? Well, okay.
No. On the field, working with quarterbacks, and then he was going into the offensive. So we actually do need him to do that work too.
Yeah.
But if he shows up, hey, look, I'm happy to, slide off to the side, and you guys can talk football.
We already figured it out. Bobby already made it clear that if he shows up now, Hartline gets my headset, and I watch.
You're out. So
I'm
you're
out. Yes,
okay.
I'm the one who gets pulled.
Well,
yes.
Okay.
AJ had the idea. We got done talking to AJ Hawk. He had the idea. He goes, why don't you have Hartline interview Ross?
Okay.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
In the full scheme of stuff,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty fun.
Look, Hartline could do media. I mean, Hartline's a multi-talented guy. He could do lots of things. He's got a nice summer tan going. He'll get more tan out here on the practice field. So
give him a promotion, make him an OC, and all of a sudden he blows off morning juice.
Right.
That's okay.
What's amazing is if you look at him from his playing days, what he looked like physically.
Yeah. Was he thinner?
Oh,
obviously?
I joked, he looked like Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, Hartline used to look like you. You need to get bigger like him now. And
now he looks like a linebacker?
He does. He's got the sleeve tattoo, and he's put on 25 pounds. So I told him, man, he used to always make fun of AJ and I and James for lifting. There's something to that. Now you've
Now he's kind of taking that on. Yeah, he tied in linebacker. So first of all, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Today's the day, right?
Today is
the
day.
The running test. Hey, look, we'll have a garbage can off to the side if you need to,
I saw a bed out there,
relieve
Ross.
yourself.
There's a bed out there.
There's a bed out there.
Yeah, I thought that was before.
We can have an ice bath for you. We can have a garbage can. If you need to relieve yourself. Because I know, look, it's hard.
It is.
The older you get, I think I could run 2 of them.
That's two more than
but
me.
you're doing the whole test. So
good
for you.
The good news is I tried to build it. I appreciate it, Ross. Thank you. But I went over Saturday to the practice turf over at Upper Arlington.
Okay.
I was like, I need to kind of figure out where I was at. I was down at our place at Ohio River all weekend. So I would run and do stuff, but it wasn't anything that was directly time-based, correlated to that. So I went over, I ran 18. They had some sort of, alumni lacrosse tournament going on the other field. And it was substantially hotter than this.
Oh, my gosh. Right.
So when I looked at the schedule, I'm like,
okay.
This is best case scenario right here. I put a shirt on. It's a little chilly. So We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
My guy Schleggs is coming over. He's
is
going
he
to
is he going to run too, or is he going to time you?
He's my timer.
Okay.
He's my strength coach.
Okay.
He's going to time me.
I think Schleggs could do it too.
Well, Schleggs is naturally no. He could do more lifting stuff than I probably could. I was trying to solicit Jeff Backus to get over here and do it. And while he was training, because Jeff's one of the guys I know is actually still faster than me.
Yeah, he's in shape. Yep, I see him.
He actually tweaked his hamstring.
Oh, okay.
So they just released the top football players as the Dispatch.
Last 25 years.
25 years out of Central Ohio. And Jeff was number one. I go, I was only number 6, Jeff.
Man.
Yeah, there's a little bit with that. But talk a little bit, Ross. There's been so much stuff going on since July 1st to now. We've had meetings with you and Tony in the Big Ten. There's been meetings with the SEC. I joke I call it the Council of Cardinals. Everybody's coming together and trying to get some smoke to figure out what's gonna look like for 12 team, 16 team, the House settlement. Just kind of outline everything that's happened here.
If you just look, actually, if you take the last 5 years, you think about it. COVID, I did a list. We had a staff retreat. I wasn't out here yesterday. We did a kind of leadership staff retreat. COVID, social unrest, financial unrest, Supreme Court case, NIL state-by-state law, unlimited transfer portal, Congress, what's the status of the NCAA, conference realignment, college football playoff. Now we have a college sports commission. Now we have the House case settlement. Now we have should athletes be employees. I could keep going. Now we have a visa status of athletes because we have international athletes, right? I mean, there are so many things going on right now in our industry. But the key is somebody has to lead. Somebody has to figure this out. And if we don't lead, if we don't provide a positive voice in all of this, so to tell you where we are would take 5 shows. It would take 5 hours. I did an hour discussion the other day at the Columbus Metropolitan Club. And it was an hour. Matt Barnes, from Channel 4 was the interviewee, and it was an hour worth, and we couldn't get to all of it. So, look, we need clarity. We're searching for that. There is structure to get to clarity, but it's been a bumpy start, right, with the College Sports Commission. They don't have all the staff. The conference commissioners, the 4 conference commissioners are really the ones kind of overseeing all of this implementation, because we were the defendants in the lawsuit to get us the clarity that we needed around revenue sharing and NIL rights. And look, we have a lot of sponsor activity out here today, and we have athletes engaging in NIL. We've had NIL agreements approved by the College Sports Commission, and we've had some that are still sitting there, and we're waiting on approval. So there's so many things going on. And then, by the way, how many teams should be in the playoff? Right now we're at 12. We believe in expansion. We believe that the Big Ten and the SEC should have automatic qualifying spots. We believe there's a way to play your way in to those spots, not just be handed those spots, but play your way into those spots. So the commissioners are in charge of that process. We give our opinion. We can push and pull, but at the end of the day, it's the SEC and the Big Ten that have to decide on the CFP. Hopefully this fall that'll happen. But the time and place that we're in college athletics, it's never happened like this. There's never been all of these things hit at once. But we sat over there in that Fawcett building. We sat with our coaches. We sat in Big Ten meetings. We sat with our presidents. And we've got to map this out because all of this is worth it. That's the thing. What you went through is worth it.
Yeah.
What we do is worth it to give the young people an opportunity. Those are the things that are not going to go away.
Well, what's interesting to hear about that, and you talk about the automatic qualifiers, which I wasn't necessarily in favor of a large portion of them early. However, when we start talking about the subjectivity of the playoff selection committee and trying to get, it's your conference champ plus your group of 5, Notre Dame. So really, if you go to 16, you have 10 that you have to choose. Whereas if you get to this 4-4-2-2-2, whatever it looks like, and then the interesting piece is you talk about playing your way in. And when you start having the potential of maybe 6 or even 8 schools from the Big Ten and the SEC, so you finish in the top half of your conference, you have the ability to win one more game and then ultimately get into that. So by de facto, you've kind of expanded the playoff opportunity and pool for them. Where did that idea? Is that something that came from Tony?
Yeah.
Or is that from the conference?
I think it was a lot of conversation. I mean, we started having that sort of concept come up last summer of 2024. We went into the fall We actually had a meeting with SEC athletic directors back in October of last fall, and then again in February, and these ideas kind of germinated from the fact that, look, how do we keep the regular season meaningful as long as possible into November, meaningful games. Hey, when you're playing, Purdue, and maybe Purdue's not where they want to be, but that game's important because you're setting yourself up for how do you finish in the – look, we finished 4th in the Big Ten last year, and we won the national championship. So to sit here and say, well, the Big Ten doesn't deserve 4 teams or the SEC doesn't deserve at least a minimum of 4 teams, I think we're doing a disservice to the quality, but also the regular season should mean as much as possible for every single one of our 9 games. And then those non-conference games, you should test yourself, right? And so playing Texas, those things should matter. And if we go to a system where you just have to be 12-0, 11-1, then we're not going to play the Texas game. We're not going to play Alabama. We're not going to play Georgia. That's not what college football should. We shouldn't be running away from opportunity. We should be trying to embrace opportunity, and that's the play-in model, the 4 automatic qualifying spots. That's where that came from.
Is there a compromise in there somewhere? Like if it was 3, like if the SEC said, we'll do 3. Is that something that
I think so.
Middle ground on
there?
And
I think that's where the commissioners, again, they have to get in a room.
Yeah.
And right now it seems like there's a lot of angst around, okay, well, the ACC and the Big 12, they don't, based on a memo that was signed 2 years ago, they don't really have a vote. They can have input. Mm-hmm. So we really have to get the SEC and the Big Ten to come together. What is the compromise? What does the committee truly look at? Because that can be an issue. If you have more at-large teams, how much subjectivity comes into it, right? Versus here's some object information that the committee has all the data. I've been in mock selections. They have all the data. So I don't know if there's more data. I think it's more who is playing meaningful games throughout the year, and then how did they work themselves in to an automatic qualifying spot. To me, I think we can figure that out.
They've talked to, the playing of 12 or 9 conference games, and then there was the discussion, the ACC, the SEC, getting them on board to potentially do that, potentially playing some sort of agreed scheduling with the SEC, which, like you mentioned, Ohio State already has 3 of those games coming up. And scheduling of non-conference games, as you know, being AD for a while, it's not like that happens on a year-out basis. That's something that's forward-looking. But the reality, I think a lot of people would be excited about that. Do you feel like that there's movement to kind of get that way?
I hope so. To your point, there's already a lot of built-in rivalry games that cross over, right? The SEC and the ACC have some that cross over. We don't necessarily have that from a non-conference standpoint. So the scheduling piece would be hard. I sat in the SEC room for 12 years. Every single meeting we had, we talked about, should we go to 9 games? For 12 years, we had the same conversation and never got to that point. So hopefully they get to that point. I know they want those games. I know, look, for their fans to have a 9th conference SEC game, that would mean so much. So, and then that would provide the uniformity, I think, that we're looking for. So that's not our decision. They have to make that decision. But, again, I think it couples in with, okay, what does fairness look like? What does access look like? Are things being equal? If we're playing 9, should they play 9? I would love to see a crossover, like official crossover games, right? Where does Notre Dame fit into that, right? Who are they playing? That I think that's an issue. They have unique access, and they play 5 ACC games, but they don't have to play a hard schedule beyond that. Now they do in some ways, but so how do we create uniformity? I think we can get there. It's probably going to take the next 3 to 5 years to truly map out what a model looks like. You're going to probably have more realignment because television contracts expire in the late 2020s. So the shifts in all of this, the point is, this is not going away. We're going to keep talking about it, and it's going to be a continued evolution of college sports.
So you just talked about the realignment, and a lot of people think it's kind of set where it is now. Get a chance to talk with Rick Neuheisel a lot on XM, and he is a believer. He calls it the reckoning. He goes, as all of these TV contracts come to term here, as you mentioned, either early 30s, late 20s, that there'll be kind of one big push to where everything will then be solidified and it'll all be honed in. However it's going to look, that'll kind of be the model moving forward. Are you a believer of kind of that, how that's trending?
I think there's there's going to be a lot that has to come together, right, to maybe get to there's this Super League conversation. I do believe that we're leaving value on the table. There's no question about that. If you think about the value of college football, you think about the TV viewership. The NFL obviously is the king, right? And then the NBA has the next biggest contract, and then it's college football when you combine all the TV rights. We're ahead, but we have more viewership than the NBA right now, right? So how do we create more value? So I could see a scenario where, look, we're still in the Big Ten, but is there a consolidation of commercial activity? Is there a consolidation of TV value? Is there more consolidation around college football playoff and NCAA postseason events? I do see a point where maybe there's some economic consolidation, but we're still in the Big Ten, right? You could still have the West Coast teams in the Big Ten, but the economics are consolidated. So that may not happen in my lifetime. I'm 52. I'm 52.
As an AD
lifetime as an AD.
Okay.
Lifetime as an AD.
Okay. Thank you.
Because some of these contracts, again, have a long-term. Our contract with Fox goes out till 2036. The SEC is till 2034. So there's a lot that has to happen. But I do see a point around economic consolidation to try to drive value, but we're still have our identities of our conferences, if you will.
Has there been, you mentioned that West Coast element, and I think now we're a couple years into this. You don't have to really deal with that as much, although the Big Ten does touch out there.
Right.
But you're not Stanford or Cal or UCLA where you're dealing with all of this. Is there a push? Because let's be honest, this is all generated around football, to basketball to a lesser degree. But the regionalization of more of the Olympic sports to kind of everybody's bearing this cost now, and I don't know if people fully anticipated what that would mean financially and then emotionally for the student athletes and the scheduling and how difficult that could be.
Yes to all of that. There's a review going on right now. Look, we just did 1 year, so obviously you need more time to kind of study it. But I just think about our basketball teams going out to Los Angeles. Our men's team, we left on a Friday. We played UCLA on a Sunday. We stayed all the way because we played USC on Wednesday and came back Thursday. Friday to Thursday. Why couldn't we have played Saturday, Monday? Right? And so to me, we should be smarter about how we're traveling. And then I can't imagine West Coast coming east for all the games. And then you take in tennis and softball and volleyball and all the things that they're doing to come this way with games. We only had one trip a year essentially for all of our teams, where they're having multiple. So to me, I think we have to continue to study that. We have to continue to look at it. How are we traveling? We shouldn't be in Los Angeles for 7 days, basically. That doesn't make economic sense. It doesn't make student-athlete welfare sense. It doesn't make academic sense. We should be able to find a better way. Again, if they're still in the Big Ten, is there a way to do more regional matchups? I think there is. It's going to take more time to study that, but it's a great point.
I know one of the things you and President Carter both stressed early on was about keeping all the sports, keeping all 36, I think, is that the number,
36.
right? 36 sports, keeping all 36, and how important that was, and it was a goal of yours. Now we're, with all this realignment, everything going on right now, with the changing in the landscape of college athletics, is that still as feasible as it was when you guys first said that?
As we sit here today, it is, right? We can sustain that, right? But we had this retreat yesterday, and we had a budget presentation, and so we actually finished FY25 in a positive, right? We had a positive cash flow. Obviously, we had the college football playoff and all the things that came with that. We had our best fundraising year, our best sponsorship year, but the message was, hey, we can't just take a breather on the budget. Hey, we had a positive year. Okay, we're good. We got it all figured out, right? Budget work is constant. It's every day. It's every year. So as we sit here today, we found a way. We added over 90 scholarships. We're doing the $20.5 million rev share. We recalibrated how we travel. We recalibrated how we feed our athletes. We looked at a lot of expense. We did, some of our staff that had term contracts that we didn't need anymore for roster because we had less student athletes on the roster. Those positions did not get filled, but we added positions that could add revenue. We added positions that will study data analytics. So as we sit here today, I think we're in a good spot the next 2 to 5 years.
Right.
But that rev share goes up, right? Expenses are not going to come down. So how do we drive more revenue? How do we make sure we manage our expenses, But the goal is, look, if we have 36 sports, we want to win in everything. We want to win in pistol, men's lacrosse, made the NCAA tournament, for the first time in a couple years. Our men's soccer team made the Final Four, right? What Ty Tucker does in men's tennis. Those things are important because we're giving those young people an opportunity. So we're going to manage it. We're going to deal with it. But it is basically we have to take it in segments over the next couple of years to say, okay, where are we now? Are we okay? Okay, we're good now. But then what happens 3 years from now? It's going to be a constant journey that we have to, continue to analyze.
When you said retreat, and just in the corporate world, I know what the retreat means, but now in the sports world, all I think of is Aaron Rodgers' retreat. I want to make sure that's not what was going on at your retreat.
We went out to Griggs Boathouse out there. Our boathouse is awesome. We have one of the best boathouses for our rowing program. We overlooked the Scioto River there. We had a nice peaceful setting, but we got a lot of work done because there's a lot of things happening. I actually call it a strategic withdrawal. So
even better,
because a retreat means you're like going backwards.
Right.
How do we be strategic? But we need to step away from our buildings. We need to kind of get off campus every now and then and kind of clear our minds and strategize about the future.
All right. So what's the last year been like for you personally? Moving here, you've got 2 boys. Your wife comes here, finding a place to live, trying to balance all of those things while being dumped into the blender of solving all of these problems. How has that adjustment gone?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, Columbus, had no idea what kind of city this was when we took the opportunity, but just learning about the city, learning about the people. This is a small town in a big city. Everybody knows everybody. Everything's interconnected. Our family's been welcomed with open arms. We love living in Upper Arlington. We're close. I mean, I was here in 7 minutes. Right, I mean, you can get around to all these places. Our RJ, is he starting football today?
Yeah, the football's kicking off today.
9th grade, our son Paxton, 9th grade football. And, he's waking up 6:15. They had to be there about 6:40. And I just grabbed him walking out. I said, hey, man, every play matters. Every practice matters. And he's looking at me like, Dad. And I'm like, I'm serious. I go, because when you get my age, you will miss this moment in your life. I go, don't take a play off. And he's looking at me like, Dad, shut up. I'm just trying to make it through. But that's what being a parent is, right? Kids don't listen to you. But it's an awesome experience here. We love it. And just can't wait to kind of see what the next, 10 to 12 years provides for all of this. And as we map out Ohio State athletics.
Bob, you got one of those?
One of the what? The national championship?
I don't. That is really sharp. Is that just for you, or is it out there? Is it open? Like, can people buy it?
This one, I'm not
yours.
Sure.
Yeah,
this was a football family issued.
That's sharp.
Kevin Reese.
Oh yeah, Kevin
best
does
equipment
a great
guy
job
in the country. But look, we can wear this. We can wear this all season.
Yes, you can.
So we're going to wear it with pride.
Yeah. I'm an XL, by the way, if anyone wants to know.
One of the great things Ryan said, and we'll leave you on this, is he, talked and was kind of unapologetic. There's never been a team at Ohio State that's gone back-to-back national champions, and that's the goal.
Think
talking
about
it,
right?
Oh, there's never been a coach that's won more than 2 outside of Woody Hayes. So,
right.
all the great coaches that have come through.
Well, one of the things I've learned, and I've really studied this probably the last 6 months about, okay, what does it take to be successful in any position here? I don't care if you're the greenskeeper at Scarlet and Gray Golf Course. The standard of excellence is at the highest level. If you're the head football coach. So how do you embrace the expectation but also execute, right? And so that's what I love about Coach Day is, look, he'll wear this on his sleeve. He's not afraid to embrace, hey, we got to go undefeated. Hey, we got to win all the games, right? And so does that internalize some things? But at the same time, guess what they're doing right now? They're executing. That's why Hartline's not out here, right? Because he's in a meeting room, right?
For him, Ross.
So how do you execute but also understand the pressure? I think that's the really magic sauce here at Ohio State, and that's what Coach Day, he's not afraid to say, by the way, look up history. We could be the first team to win back-to-back. Let's do it, and let's make sure these guys understand the magnitude of that while also performing. So I think it's an awesome combination. So here we go.
Thanks for your
time. Can't wait. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me on.
Ross Bjork, Athletic Director, Ohio State. And thank you to our guest today, AJ Hawk, also came on as well. Everyone listening throughout the week, we appreciate it. All the participants in the chat, best of luck, Little Italy, on your wedding this weekend. We'll talk to you again on Monday. Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Every successful franchise in sports has a long-term vision, and behind that long-term vision are the people executing the plan. In the words of the great Woody Hayes, you win with people. It's the same in business and in life. Surround yourself with good people and build strong relationships with those people, and the path to success becomes very clear. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they win with people.
A team's success can be directly tied to the quality of its players, coaches, and leadership. In sports and in business, talent alone doesn't win. It's why we focus on building strong relationships with our clients and why we strive to always offer the best advice, the best products, and the best customer service for our clients.
Thanks, Travis. We want them to focus on their business and their people and let us handle their banking needs.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.